Drop the beat. Teen Speak.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Teen Speak. This is the show. Coach, how's your day today?
That's great. This is the show what, Dawson?
This is the show that we talk to teenagers. That's gonna be our new slogan thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is the show where we're actually in Hebrews again, changing the subject because
Yes.
Sir Dawson
Sorry.
is very awkward. Actually, interesting story for you guys.
My
Dawson
bad.
plays a video game, and his name in it is DAW space SAWN Dawson.
Yeah. It's a Star
So
Wars.
clever.
So I tried to think of a Star
It's a
Wars
clever
type.
name.
Yeah. We're not gonna go there. Anyway.
All right. Verse 11. Dawson, you want to read 11 and 12 for us?
All right. So, verse 11 and 12 today says, on Hebrews 11, verse 11 and 12, it says, through faith also, Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable.
Yeah, this is a great verse. Obviously, the second portion there is talking about her son, Isaac, who ended up becoming the father of the sons who would later become the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
So that's what it's referring to there for y'all. I think it's very interesting in here because many of you know the story of Sarah. For those of you that don't, I'm going to give you a quick 30-second recap. Sarah was promised by God that she would have a child. She thought it was impossible because she was past age. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Bible says that she actually laughed.
She did.
Because of the thought of her having a child. Now, when we think of past age, we think of 40 years old. Nowadays, that is old to have a child. Sarah was actually in her 90s. So she was well past age.
Impossible.
God promised her a child. She basically said that her and Abraham are both way past the age of having a child. So it says here that she received the strength to conceive a seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age. And this part, for a while, confused me. It says, because she judged him faithful who had promised it. Which I find interesting. The reason I find this interesting, Dawson, is because she wasn't always trusting in God. She did many times try to, and there's one instance in the Bible where she tried to scheme around it. In fact, the Bible says that when she knew she was infertile, they had tried, and then they decided they were going to have Abraham have a child through his handmaid Hagar.
Right.
But in Hebrews, it still tells us that she was found. She was a hero of faith because she trusted God, and even though, once again, almost similar to Abraham, she didn't know how this child was going to be delivered. She said, "I am well past age. I'm too old to be having children."
It was impossible for that to happen.
Yeah, she's past that stage of life, but she ended up judging him faithful. She still trusted God and continued to try to have that promised seed that he had promised her. And she did, and it says, therefore, preachers always say, if you see it therefore, you have to know what it's there for. So because of her faith, and because she judged God faithful, who had promised, she tested God's faith. Therefore sprang there even of one, talking about Isaac, and of him good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sands of which is by the seashore innumerable. So, through her faith in God, she was delivered a son, Isaac, and Isaac later became the father of many nations in Israel.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like,
or Jacob. Why do I keep saying Isaac?
No, it's Isaac.
No, it's Isaac then Jacob.
Isaac,
I don't know why I keep saying that.
We're good. I got you, Coach.
I was thinking Esau. I'm like, why am I saying Esau's the father of many?
Esau.
Anyways.
But like, I look at some of these very important characters in the Bible, like Esau. Not Esau. No, you got me messed up. Coach. Dadgummit.
Isaac.
Isaac, thank you. I see very important characters like Isaac or Samson or Jesus or Joseph, and you always have to look back at their mothers. You know, like another good example for like mothers in the Bible is Samuel's mother.
Yeah.
Her story is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, Hannah.
And so, it's really important, to have that mother figure, I guess, in your life. Even for Jesus, Mary, the whole Christmas story couldn't have happened if Mary wasn't there. She was a really big, figure, and Joseph also. But this verse really shows the importance of very important figures in the Bible and their mothers.
Yeah, and I've mentioned this before. I believe some of the greatest heroes when you talk about faith were women, and some of the things they did, and rightfully so. One is mentioned here within the first 15 verses. It talks about Sarah. So she was definitely a hero of faith, that is to say the least. And because of her faith and because of Abraham's faith, they ended up being, as God had promised them, the father of many nations. So it's an awesome
It is.
thought
it's a very,
here about it. So
very
once
good
again,
verse.
once again, to talk about this with you, to give you a little challenge, we talked about sometimes you may not understand what's the next step, but to keep doing it. But maybe you may be in a position where you're doing something and you know it's what God's commanded you to do, but you don't see the results you're expecting to see. Like a mother trying to have a child that God had promised her, but it not happening. And what I can tell you is keep judging and finding God faithful. Trust that he's faithful and continue to take him at his word. Trust his promises and test his faithfulness to you, and you'll see that he'll deliver. So always trust in the promises that God has given you.
And don't test God in a prideful way. Make it a very, very humble. Yeah. That's one big problem, is that people test God in a very opposite way. Don't test him pridefully. You have to be humble when you test God.
Yeah, very good. Good job. Now, today, I actually have the question for commenters. We talked about this in our Sunday school, and I have a question for you guys. Is there a food in which you don't like the food in its normal form, but you actually like stuff that has the food in it? I'll give an example. Miss Jackie, my wife, hates pickles. She hates pickles, but she loves dill pickle flavored stuff. Dill pickle chips. She loves it. It's very strange to me. I love pickles and dill pickles, so it doesn't really apply to me. Do you have anything, Dawson?
I can't stand strawberries. I just can't. Strawberries, I can't stand it. Even chocolate filled, I can't stand it. But strawberry flavored stuff, like a strawberry milkshake, it's always good, man.
Very interesting. For me, for those that know me, I can't stand coconut. My friends all the time try to say, "Hey Zach, try this," and I'll taste it, and if I can taste the coconut in it, I will spit it out. I cannot eat coconut in its normal form, in its cooked form, in ingredients. I can't have coconut flour, none of that. But one thing with coconut that I do like is some drinks may have coconut water in them, or there's a place that we like to eat at that actually cooks their rice in coconut water. I can take some coconut water products, not all. So Body Armor, for example, has coconut water.
Body Armor is very good.
I can drink Body Armor. So
I love Body Armor.
I guess that's mine. I don't really have anything else. Miss Jackie looked at my gut and then said I like to eat, so she called me fat. So it's all right, guys.
It's not a bad thing.
We all are loved by someone. Miss Jackie just loves no one. So I'm just kidding.
She's giving us the look in the back. She's actually in the background right now, folks.
That was good. Thank you, Dawson. Now I know what I'm going to buy you for your birthday. I'm going to buy you a bunch of strawberries. So why don't you go ahead and close this out, Dawson?
Yep. Bye, guys. Have a good day.